Good morning, everyone. I'm not by myself this morning. Welcome to welcome to the stage, my loyal sidekick. I am. How is everybody this morning? I'm just running way behind this morning. I woke up with a headache and I just can't get rid of it. And you just got to cowboy up, as they say out in Texas. How are you this morning, Todd?
I'm all right.
All sound okay?
Yep, yep, yep.
Who's Good morning, Bum Crack. Good morning, Anissa. Good morning, Vintage. So, how's the weather for everybody? Anissa, you getting snow up there today? It looks like it's going to rain here. It's supposed to be in the 60s this weekend.
Let's see. We're having
We-
a little bit of rain this morning.
Oh, yeah. It looks like it could rain here. Oh, you have ice? Bless your heart, Anissa. And I'm saying that good, not bad.
Dang, it's supposed to be rainy all day.
Really?
48 degrees and rain.
Well, that's better than being 25 degrees and rain.
I think I'll skip the golf course today.
Well, why don't you do that? Yeah, they actually called school up there in Nissa. It must be icy. No, that's the top of the that's top of the let's see, what is it now? It's the Wells Fargo building now. It used to be the Duke Power building. The school, what the local stores would usually have a half off sale if school was canceled. If school is canceled, you're supposed to be at home. Boy, it was Mr. Bumcrack. It was windy here over the weekend. Just windy. I'm glad the wind stopped. Oh, the Goodwills used to do a half off store wide. Once again, you should be out on the roads if it's icy. I know Todd misses those days.
I grew up and did most of my teaching up in the panhandle of Texas, so it would get icy a lot of times.
Did they cancel school or they just keep on going,
Uh,
depending on how icy?
Probably average maybe one day a year they would cancel, but no, they would go, if it's a regular snow, they would go ahead and have school. So, they had more like late starts or er, early releases than they did cancels.
Yeah, that's what
It,
they do around here.
they would like start school at like 10 a.m. and run a shortened day schedule for the classes.
Because usually it's all gone or the roads are clear by 10 o'clock around here, unless it's still precipitating. Well, I hope you get one this morning, Vintage. Me too.
I hated the shortened day classes because they give me like 28 minutes to run a rehearsal, and it takes kids a little bit to get their instruments out of the cases and get set up, and then give them time to put their instruments away as soon as we were done before the bell rang.
Most of our classes were like 50 minutes long in high school until, except for band. And it was like an hour and 15 minutes. And and that was because, you got to get equipment out, get it set up, and all that kind of stuff.
All right, I'm here to deliver some unpopular opinions.
You're here to deliver your popular opinion.
Unpopular.
Oh, unpopular.
You know why all these people are crying and screaming about their sales? For the most part, there are some exceptions on eBay.
Because they don't do what Scott tells them to do. That's why.
Because they're fucking ignorant. I've come to the realization they're just ignorant.
Uh,
Well,
The
that
first
that's
thing I turn on Facebook and there's some thrift buddies, some person wanting to know, this person wants me to cancel, and I don't want to accept the cancel because if I do that, I'll have to do it in the future, and I have no returns. Should I just send it to him? No, you ignorant motherfucker. At some point, you're going to want to cancel a transaction. You're going to make a mistake. Why would you force something down somebody's throat? Because I have no returns and I never make a mistake. And there should be a training class. You should have to pass a simple, not to mention her English in her statement is just god awful. She doesn't know expected versus accepted. She doesn't know the difference. That bothers me when people can't get English right. Um, there's somebody in the chat with a bad English word. I won't call them out. It uh, it
well,
it bothers me that people don't understand the meaning of words just because two words sound alike. They have totally different meanings.
yeah. There's a guy on YouTube that he talks around. Um, he goes through different words that are spelt the same, except the first letter is changed, but the whole pronunciation of the word is changed.
The one in your chat is the same. They're synonyms, but they have completely different meanings.
So here is the question. Good morning, Mike. Good morning, Kent. I don't think I said good morning to you. Um, yeah, a lot of the groups that I'm in,
I had
they're
to I
talking
unfollowed it.
about not sales and not having sales and whatnot. So here's my question, especially to you and Todd, who are power sellers, and the ones in the audience. When y'all were looking at items to purchase for resale, what are you looking at? What do you look at?
The item.
Well, I know that, but I'm talking about, is there anything other than what it's selling for like on eBay? Is there enough profit between what you're paying and what you're selling? Is there anything else that you look for? How many is listed?
You got
How
to
many has sold?
experience how many is sold, how many are listed. Sale. Having a after you do this for a while, everybody in chat will tell you the same thing. You get kind of a sense. I mean, you can look at an item and look at a couple numbers real quick and get a great feel if it's going to sell or not. You develop that over time. Um, but one thing people miss is they'll look at it and go, man, this thing sells frequently. And they'll never look and see how many are available to sell. And there could be a year's supply up there. And here's the scenario: you look at it and go, "Man, this thing sells for $60. I can't believe I can pick it up for 10. I'm gonna sell it immediately." And then you go and list it for 60, and there's a year supply listed, and you're at the top of the heap, and somebody else comes along and goes, "Man, that $10 item, I'll take 55." And then the person follows them at 55. You never look at it again. It auto relists on eBay for the next year. You stay at 60 as the prices move down to 55 to 50. And most items that wouldn't make that big of a difference. But when there's a year's supply out there, they'll go, well, it's got to be eBay search. I mean, it sold for 60. That's what I got to have for it. Or even the other case scenario is, it sells for 60. They paid $44 for it, thinking, well, I'm gonna pick up. It sells so fast, I'm gonna pick up this easy $5-10 and flip it to the next item. And the price moves a couple dollars. All of a sudden, well, I'll lose money if I sell to $55. I can't believe eBay has done that to me. When they were it was a bad purchase because it was too high to begin with. Only because they get so enamored with the fact that it has sold before, and they never look at anything else. They go, well, it's sold before.
Like says he looks for a 500% sell through rate. Good morning, Maggie. Hope you're having a good morning.
Mike, I hope you're doing that on purpose.
And Mike says with a 300% sell through rate. I'm just wondering, because it just seems that's a topic of conversation. Is everybody's like, they're not doing sales, they're not getting any sales.
But a lot of the time they can't run promoted because they've paid the $40 for a $60 item, and if they promote it at all, they've lost money.
Yeah,
I don't think they're smart enough to realize that. I think they would just promote it and lose money. Personally, in my opinion, I think there's got to be a test. There's got to be an orientation. There's got to be something that eBay brings expectations to all these new. There is no barrier to entry. You can just open an account and start selling, and have no clue what you're doing. No, I mean none. That's why I'm not in Facebook groups. I don't know why I let somebody trick me into getting into a Facebook group again. But I unfollowed this morning. I'm like, I really can't. I'm not the person to put up with these new people because because it's not that they're new. It's this person here. You can tell right away in that post they're a hateful bastard. I can't stand the people like that. If somebody says, "Hey, could you cancel this? I've made a mistake." I don't care what the reason is. No problem. I'll cancel that for you. Do I like doing it? Absolutely, I do not like doing it because that's a sale gone. But it's sold once, it'll sell again. If you got to be kind to people because there's no perfect people. Well, except for Tom being perfect, none of the rest of us can live up to. But it's always extend grace, and I don't get that why they have to be. They'll be the first ones to go to Walmart and demand that Walmart give them their money back because of whatever reason, but they can't understand that because there's a computer in front of them, they don't have to do it face to face, and so I guess they feel like they're mean, tough. I can say that I don't have to do it if I don't want to do it. It's why can't where did the I grew up? I guess it's because social media has made us such so. Okay, so social media hasn't made us assholes. That's a myth. It's exposed the fact that people are assholes to begin with. Social media does not make anything. Social media exposes. And why is it all the hateful people just gravitate towards social media? Because I meet so many nice people, so many wonderful people. Everywhere I go, people are always generally nice. Except when you turn the computer on, they're a bunch of fucking assholes. It's
Facebook groups, a lot of them are just a cesspool of bad. The people in it are just bad. But you know what? I got involved in Facebook because I was working part time at Staples, and all my coworkers who are a lot younger than me were going like, "Are you on Facebook? Are you on Facebook? You need to get on Facebook so you can be one of my Farmville neighbors." Farmville is the only reason I even got involved with them Facebook.
Farmville. I hadn't heard that in a while.
Have you not heard that? Does anybody remember the original Farmville? Because it was like, man, we got to get the hell. Because I always worked in the evenings. We got to get out of here. I got to go home and harvest my crops before they spoil in the field and crap like that.
So you can't, and that's the problem is you get in these Facebook groups and you're hateful and you ask and put the stupidest situation up there, and then you get a million people. This person had 85 comments on there, and they were some of them were just as ignorant as the person. The first thing I would cancel and block them. Why would you block somebody who asked for a cancel? What did they do to deserve to be blocked?
Especially if you have not processed it and shipped it.
They had
It-
not processed it, had not shipped it, they hadn't done anything. All they had to do was hit the cancel button and move on with their life. But they've made this they have made 85 at least 85 people stop what they're doing to attend to the fact that they are ignorant. It's just God, it's awful.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I mean, I don't even know what MySpace, Texas. I don't even know what MySpace is.
That's before Facebook. That
Oh,
was
was
the
it?
yeah.
Yeah, if it's not, and you're not going to take a ding because you click on it,
No,
customer asked to or buyer asked to cancel
no,
sale.
you're not.
I mean, it's all it's going to do, and especially if you haven't spent the time, because it's more time if you ship the damn thing, and then they get it, and then you got to they got to pay for it to come back, and eBay's going to charge you because they asked to cancel it before you shipped it.
Well, the lady said, well, it was a breast pump. Um, you never can tell because there's a lot of people who've had babies in the chat. You know, if you're having a baby, especially if it's your first one, you get a lot of things given to you. And what happens if you buy something and then a couple hours later somebody gifts you a breast pump? There are a lot of you know agencies and stuff that do that. There's a good chance this person was just gifted one or made one available for little to no, to force them. And that's another one. Why would you want to force one? All the person's got to do is say, this is not as described. You're taking the damn return, and now you've got to use breast pump back, or no telling what they've done to it. It's just crazy.
I agree with you, Anissa. Just take the cancel and go about your life, but you wish people would be more mindful of their purchases before they hit the commit.
So eBay just announced that I have something that's going to be arriving early. That's a terrible feature, eBay, and y'all need to stop that bullshit. I get messages saying I got a message. So whenever I got home and I put the brakes on the van, all of a sudden I realized, wait a minute, the back one's gone bad too. Let me order the next day. I order back brakes, and it says, wonderful, your back brakes are arriving early. The snowstorm came. They were 6 days late.
Yeah. So would
You
you
know what
call and cancel it?
You know what that does for customers? That confuses customers. I mean, that's okay. In the summer, maybe you do that, but in the winter, or whenever there's a chance it could be late because of anything. No, I had a customer. I had one customer. Get this now. So I sold him some. Remember when I picked up all those dollar rolls of receipt, uh, the label 4x6 label? I'm like, I've got 80 of these. I'm just gonna sell some on eBay to get rid of some of them. And so I sold. So this I sold some, and this guy bought them on Wednesday. Right in the middle that everything's closed. Our post office didn't, or he bought them on Tuesday night late, so it counted as Tuesday. Post office, he starts bitching. How come they haven't? I see that you marked them shipped. How come they haven't moved yet? I'm like, dude, this is an ice storm. As soon as the post office opens, I'll get them there. Well, the post office opened for 2 hours on Friday, so I dropped them off. How was I to know? Okay, so first off, they had stuff. They were out in the parking lot taking packages because they had so many packages you couldn't take them inside. So therefore, you couldn't get them scanned. So I just dropped them off. And then he's accusing me of not shipping them at all. I'm like, dude, the drop off was in the parking lot of a one door post office because they had so damn many because they've been closed for 5 days. And then Saturday, they still haven't moved. You said you dropped them. I'm like, Just because one truck picked them up on Saturday for the Friday does not mean they have moved. You know, I sell thousands of items every year. I wouldn't do this to a customer. I'm like, I gotta have these labels right now. I need my $29 back so I can go buy them somewhere else. Dude, if you sell thousands of items and $29 is the reason why you can't buy labels from somebody else, you're doing this all wrong, buddy. You just and finally it started moving. They're going to be delivered today, and he's left me alone. I'm like,
Well, there was like 21,000 households and businesses in the Charlotte Mecklenburg metro area without power last week.
oh, he even gave me the I live in New York. 2 inches of ice is nothing to us. I'm like, dude, the entire Madison County, Alabama, 500,000 people. We got one salt truck and two plows. What the hell? What are we doing with 2 inches of ice with one salt truck? Shut up, you fucking Yankee.
Good
I mean,
morning, North Georgia
it
Picker.
was a typical. It was a typical North Yankee person. I'm like, as soon as I saw he mentioned New York, I'm like, man, you fucking Yankee. I would chop off your neck just to shit down your throat, you asshole.
Well, hopefully the people, you know, we've talked to enough of our northern friends uh, to realize that they even have bad days up there with weather. Sometimes it's 2 feet of snow, sometimes it's an extra inch of ice. But we're
Hi,
good
Donna.
morning,
I got
John.
your package. Thanks.
You
You,
know, and this
you,
is their school is closed today. Hell, they have because of the ice. They have snow all the damn time.
I just wanted to tell him, dude, you need to watch me on YouTube because I'll explain to you that you should never let yourself run that low on labels. Once you put the last one in the machine, that is the time to order the next labels. It's not my label tape. The printer just ran out of labels. I think I should order some now and complain to the person who's selling them that an emergency on my part, means a catastrophe on theirs. Man, you hoser.
Good morning, Craig.
Hmm.
It's you,
You know what?
99% of transactions go through and everybody's really nice, but it's that 1% that you just want to.
Scott, how many times in the restaurant business management business did you not get a truck when you needed a truck? You didn't have any straws, and everybody comes up that damn counter is buying soft drinks, and they're wanting to know where the hell their straws are at. I mean,
I
I've gone into fast food places around here,
said somebody.
and the truck has not been come in for some reason. Well, it's probably trapped over there on 485 and 85 where there's been a car pileup, and traffic is back from Charlotte to frickin' Atlanta. Uh,
I'm the wrong one. I always ran the busiest store in town, so I always had the most stuff. So I rarely ran out of anything.
but you know what? I'm glad I'm getting at. My dad back in the 70s, he was trying to run a business, and we couldn't get gasoline for his trucks, so they could go out and survey people's land.
And then, oh yeah, and he also hit me. I have a list of messages a mile long. Well, just I could tell that you really haven't shipped it, so you should just refund me now for all my troubles. I'm like, it's shit, buddy. There's no refunds. I'm like, I'm not lying to you. Quit calling me a liar. I put that in there. I'm like, I'm not lying to you. You can quit calling me a liar. It's been shipped. It's at the post office. I've told you this. I said, Google ice storm, Alabama. You'll see everything here is closed.
Good morning, Donna. You know, people don't. It used to be eBay would throw up messages on screens.
Oh yeah, weather delays and stuff. Oh yeah,
Weather delays in this area
they used to do that. That was a good idea. But if like anything else with eBay, if it's a good idea, it went by the wayside.
because
And here's my other thought on eBay too: is one of the reasons eBay, and it's a lot of our people's own fault. They don't realize what Temu is doing to eBay right now. Temu is kicking eBay's ass. And people go, oh, but it's not the same stuff, folks. It's attention. It's dollars being diverted. You can't imagine. You've got Poshmark that's pulling sales. You've got Temu that's pulling attention. You got Amazon. Does Amazon? Man, eBay is just getting hit on all sides. And then they go, oh, but it's got to be the search engine. That's the only thing wrong is the search engine. Amazon's had the world's worst search for about 8 years, and they sell a ton of shit.
You know, good morning, James. Uh, I've looked. I was looking at some video splitters for my computer. You can buy them off of eBay for $3.58 plus, you know, $3 shipping, whatever. You can buy the same thing off of Temu for $1 and free shipping, and it's coming from frickin' China. It's the same thing.
But
And
you
you're
look at
right.
sellers that
People are just shopping the hell out of Temu, and
if you're looking for something like I have this iPhone here, if you and you want a new case for your iPhone and you're willing to wait 2 to 3 weeks, you can look on eBay and go, well, $9.99 is not bad, but Temu they'll sell it to you for like $1.25, and you could get 10 different cases for the price of the one. Because I've always wondered, like, how are they making money on these damn things on eBay? You know, but you got to buy so many from China. But now Temu has made it where you can buy them singles and sell them and make money.
yeah.
And it's made it where it's a much better business model. I'd much rather pay Temu, you know, twice as much or 3 times as much. So instead of getting it for 50 cents, pay $1 or $1.50 for it, and have 10 of them versus having to buy them from China. And what am I going to do? I've got 100 of them. What am I going to do with 100? Maybe I can sell the 10. I can't sell the 100. Am I telling secrets, Phil? Oops, sorry. But it's amazing. You look at something like what's the one they're advertising the hell of right now? Dash cams. There is you can get a dash cam from one that looks like all the rest of them. These Chinese brands that you see everywhere because for the most part they're all the same. They've got nearly the same sensors. It's like $27 on Temu is the one they're advertising. Go look anywhere on eBay or Amazon and find a dash cam that has multiple cameras and all that craziness for less than $30. It ain't gonna happen. Temu is taking attention and even if it's not the same items, they're taking attention, folks, and it's extraordinarily important to remove eyes from one platform to another. I don't know about the rest of you, but if I'm looking on one platform, I can't be shopping on the other one.
Yeah.
He might just be
You can get on Temu and you can spend hours browsing through all that stuff, and you're probably going to find a couple of $2 items that you want that you can get shipped from China to you for free.
Yeah, because the problem is you get going down rabbit holes because you'll start thinking, well, if I'm looking at this, well, I've been thinking about this, and so you'll have all these things in your mind that you go, maybe I need one of those. The curiosity of how much can you get it for on Temu? I mean, it's an hour later. You're going, what the hell happened?
Yeah. Kent said Amazon, Prime taught eBay, should have taught them something. And also down here it says, and Anissa says, and Amazon taught the return mentality.
They did. And now they're paying for it. They're trying to figure out how to get out of it.
I mean, we were talking about it, I think it was yesterday, about Walmart used to, if it would scan into their system,
they take it back.
They took it back. You could have bought it anywhere, but it's the same barcode as the Amazon's using. Now, if you don't have the receipt, they want they want a state issued ID because they're logging that stuff.
The problem is there's about 3 or 4% of people that are just slime balls that will return and abuse, and they ruined all that for everybody. It's not most people I know don't. I buy something, I'm happy with it. I don't. If it breaks, I'll buy another one. If I tear it up, it's not their responsibility. But there's a certain segment that the people that take pride in getting over on businesses, and they're the reasons why we can't have good things anymore.
Well, when I was doing merchandising, I would go in usually on a Monday morning to do stuff bright and early. And Walmart's got all their 100 buggies full of returns up there. and there were bananas and fruit and meat in one buggy. And I said, y'all took back vegetables and meat. We take back everything, which that was going to be disposed of course. But she says, we take back everything.
Yeah, if you're feeling bad about your returns, uh, go to Walmart any morning when they've processed for the day. I mean, there's a line of buggies up at the customer service.
And I'm not talking about buggies full of big box items. I'm
It's
talking about a buggy full of cosmetics, you know, lipstick tubes, that kind of size stuff, full. Because they do try to sort it back behind the back wall, what area it's got to go to. But they would return thousands, have thousands of items to put out, to put back in. And people would, especially now that you can look online and it says it's available in the store. And as I said in a little short video one time, if it's on sale on the website, make sure you can get the same price in the store because when I bought my mother a laptop, I went in there because it was marked down on the website. But when I got in there, they said you had to buy it through the website to get that price. You can still pick it up in the store. And that just totally pissed me off. Now I think it's where they're just like, oh, it's on the website and they can change the price.
yep.
But you have to wait on a daggum manager but to come back there to, or a department head to,
People are also complaining about how it's hard to find clearance and those kind of things now. There are a lot of these apps that show you clearance. So I was watching a video last night of one of these ladies that shows deals and stuff. And where's stores, Walgreens? If you need if you need Scott's paper towels, they show you the markdown. So these were originally $5. They've got a markdown to $3.49 on clearance. There's a dollar coupon off the first one, so you can get for $2.49. You can get 6 rolls of Scott paper towels.
what app
Um,
was that?
Walgreens,
Walgreens?
and not only that, but it'll tell you if they're in stock at your store, and if not, it'll tell you what store around you that has them. And the lady would her name was 1Q Coupon or OCC. Um, she had bought 10 of them. And then Walgreens has a coupon thing that if you spend $25, they'll give you $5 in cash back in their little program. And so she spent $30 on 10 packs of 6 rolls, then got another $5 in Walgreens cash plus the dollar off. So for $24, she got 10 packs of those Scots.
But people are getting more in tune to looking for they know about apps for discounts and whatnot. I mean, to the point that I'm playing a computer game. It's about running a store, and one of the apps that you can look at looks just like what was it, Brick? What was it called? Brick something?
Brickseek.
Yeah, Brixie. It's just like Brixie. It's inside of a computer game. uh, you know, for finding merchandise for your store in the game. Um, people are people are looking more. They're more aware of what's out there, and it's But yeah, Amazon's the whole return thing, and we've used it. And most of the times it's because they send us the wrong thing.
Or something's broken, something because they packed it with one air pillow.
Right. Or there's no air pellets. It comes in a 18 by or a 12 by 18 by a 24-inch box, and it's got like a box of batteries in it.
Well, there's so many people that were Amazon got in trouble too. When they put that expected delivery on there. Amazon Prime. It should be here in. Like should I have Dusty used to be the one that just drive me nuts. If it didn't meet the extra day, Dusty was, I'm gonna call him because they're gonna give me an extra month of Prime for free. He was the worst about it. But the mice ate the van, and so ate the truck, and so I had two of those things I had to use. So I ordered two more, and they said they'll be here Friday. They came yesterday. That did not meet the Prime expectations. Even though I ordered them on Sunday or Saturday or Sunday, and it was already going to take 4 or 5 days to get here. Then it took a couple. So should Amazon be liable and give me something for free because it took a couple extra days for the post office and the weather? There's so many people who would be calling Amazon, and that same crowd. If you are watching a video or listening to somebody and the first thing they say is, "Well, I called eBay," you should never listen to that person again. That's my humble opinion. That if their answer to everything is to call eBay about, if they can't solve their own problems and they got to call eBay, I'm going to call eBay. I'm going to call eBay. How many times you hear that in the video or whatever? In all these groups, I'm going to call eBay. I called eBay. You're a dumb. That tells me right there, you're a dumbass. That's what you're saying. I'm a dumbass.
Kent, our horses didn't take unleaded. It took regular. This was during the 70s, 1970s. My
David,
brother, my older brother and I would spend all day Sunday running around filling up trucks because they would let you get $10 at a time, $10 worth of gas. So you'd have to go to a couple of stores to fill up a truck for gas, and hopefully, you could make it through the week. Um, Texas Bandit talks about if other stores ran out of stock. Did y'all exchange between stores and
yeah,
that kind of
we
stuff?
weren't allowed to be out. If I was out and I couldn't get somebody to it, my district manager would be forced to go get it or find a way to get it to you.
Once again, merchandising story. There's a Walmart in Charlotte that is one of the busiest. They also have the highest theft, and it's on the north side, and it's in a pretty swanky area. Highest theft. They were doing inventory, and I went in there to set a standee, and I started to the back, and the back of the store manager said, "Tom, you can't get in there." I said, "Why not?" He said, "Because you can't get in there." They had done inventory, and the people that did inventory failed to shoot a toy aisle and a health and beauty aisle, and I can't remember what the other thing was. So the computer said, "You've only got 6 of this." And so, that automatic system that they send, it would, it sent them out a truckload. So they were having to set pallets in the store, just down the aisles, just still wrapped up, just to get room. But the store manager, um, came over and was talking, and he he said, like, "I've got stores coming from South Charlotte, store coming up. The managers are renting U-Haul trucks and coming up here and getting stuff from us because they need it." And he says, "So once they get in the truck, I just sign it to their store." And he said it looked like a U-Haul facility back there. There were so many U-Haul trucks back there. And, they just switch it off and whatnot. But that was a relationship that I liked because I would go in there and they were supposed to have a display up, and they didn't have it up, and I would tell the the front end manager to buzz the back end manager and make sure that was up, because if I didn't, I had to call the company I was working for and say it's not up, which meant that his district manager was going to get his ass chewed out, and then he was going to pass it on down the line.
See, so many people think, oh, it's just in the back at Walmart. There's so little space back there. there's a reason why during Christmas they have to put those Connex trailers on the lots
Yeah,
because there's no room in the back of Walmart's for the majority of Walmart's storage is on the floor. People
yeah.
they don't realize that there's so much. The vast majority of that store is forward.
And and the seasons can screw up everything. I was managing pool supplies for like three Walmart, and I went into one of them which had the biggest supply. They had like two for a 32-foot long lines of shelves for pool supplies. I went in there one day, and there was none to be seen. They had moved it all to the greenhouse because Christmas stuff was in. And the manager said, start moving stuff because they had no place to put this Christmas stuff. They started getting Christmas stuff in July. They did not have any place to do it. So he said, go ahead and put it on the shelves. It'll sell. And damn if it didn't start selling out. But, you know, that's Walmart's biggest thing is that they have an inventory problem. They get in so much inventory that they don't have a place to put it. James, Kent's been eating my ass up because I buy from Timu, but you can go in there. You can just go to the computer section and you can find some of the neatest little things in there that you would think, oh, those are cool. I'm gonna buy it. And you would never make a trip to a store to, or look on eBay for it
If you're
because you
gonna
didn't know
download
you wanted it until you saw it.
if you download the Timo app, for God's sakes, do not allow them to send you notifications or they will blow your phone up.
Oh yeah, yeah, constantly. Is what not really doing that good lag? I'm with you to it.
But
And
it's not how good Whatnot's doing is it's eBay's diet, and people don't understand it. It's the death of a thousand cuts. You know, it's Poshmark taking off clothing. It's the shoe sites taking off shoes. It's Timu taking away some of the cheap stuff and attention. It's Whatnot, hitting live auctions, crushing their, it's Amazon delivering because of, it's it's at every turn, and then you throw in, they've got the worst tech, and their you know their searches used to be their strength, and now it's their weak. You add all these things together, and you go, they're marked that young people don't know who eBay is. You just add all the. It's not one problem, folks. You know, they can have 100 problems, and they all be part of the problem. But when you add them all together, it's a just a cluster, and that's what that's what they've got. They've got a huge cluster of just problems. And you know what the answer is to and this is the most frustrating thing. Their answer is, we got sellers. Let's just charge them more. That's their answer, and it's frustrating to so many people, and then because they only assume part of it because you only assume what affects your business, but you know
um, I think eBay is going to be getting back. Will end up being back where it was in the beginning. You went to find collectibles and hard to find stuff. Um, I but Whatnot does have like you can set up if you're going to do an auction next week, you can do it, and you can list what you're going to be selling on there.
the
It's
whatnot thing.
it's not as much as you got a following. It's people that like trading cards, these damn Pokemon and Magic cards and stuff. There's a lot of sellers on it, and they will have 300, 400 viewers watching that Whatnot show.
How do the people watch that mess? You got somebody up there who is going to list one. He's going to show you one item every like 3 or 4 minutes. I don't
Oh,
have
the
that kind
ones
of
I've
time or that
watched,
kind
it's
of patience.
like the ones I've watched, and maybe that's because they've got in their preview, if you want to call it that, they've got all the cards they're going to be selling. So people are coming in and waiting for those cards to be sold.
But cards are a little different because you can throw them whatever. But the ones that go, shows you a table and go, so what do y'all want me to run? What do y'all want me? Anybody interested in anything they see up there? What you want me to run? I'm like, I'm gonna tell you what's gonna run me away. That's what I'm gonna run.
I mean, and
Yep.
there's people that really they really have the personality to do that. Dusty would have been a good whatnot seller. Wait a minute, 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 wait a minute.
He
I
wouldn't have done.
missed somebody.
He had built he had built the postcards up so well. He would not have done whatnot.
Good morning, Bridget. Bridget would be a good whatnot seller because she's got so much stuff up there.
And she's always got pretty fingernails to show off.
Yeah, she's got pretty fingernails.
What is it? I saw him the other day. Was it coffee fingernails? Is that what
Yeah,
they
it
are?
was coffee fingernails.
Cute.
It's bad, but I saw it. That's bad.
I'm just scared to wonder what. Well, she makes plenty of money, so I'm not worried about it. But she's not worried about it. But it's like how much of those daggum things cost? Because I know how Roberta much it is when Roberta goes and gets hers done, and it's just plain old paint, and she usually supplies the paint that she wants because it's the one she likes.
Yeah, most of the older people. Sorry, Bridget, if I threw you in a group of us older folks. I think above 40. Is there anybody above 40 that has the patience to deal with whatnot and to sit through that crazy mess and on? I mean, even the people that I know who are selling and I like them as people, I still can't listen to them with that crazy mess.
Like you always know, you can always go someplace else.
Yeah. I
There is
watched
no refunds. This is free.
I watched a couple of Kevin Commonwealth whatnots, and I've watched a couple of Philly Flipper ones, and
Well, Kevin does go right. He keeps a pretty decent speed up because he's got people to help him do it.
yeah, you're right there.
And same thing with I've watched Rally Roots, and they keep a they've got a because they put all the shirts up and they've showed you what they're saying. They're selling. They have a pretty decent pay. It's the ones that have no clue what they're doing and they're just going up there. Anybody interested in this? I can run him. Look,
You know, they can run 100
Two
items through
dollar.
there, and nobody buy it. Yes, it's their time, but until somebody buys something, it's not costing them any listings or anything like that. And some of these guys, like you said, first item is this great picture of Tom from 1984. What's my starting bid? How about $1? Whatever they got piled up in front of them is what they're selling right then, and they're like clicking through this thing. 30 seconds and they don't have a bid on it, they're moving on to the next thing. You're not interested in that. Let's go on to the next thing. I mean, some of these people really have a good system, and I guess they're the ones that's making the money. But like you said, the ones that's like, what you want me to run first? You don't tell them what you want to run first. You just start picking up stuff and start selling it.
Kent's got a great point there. Because they have a following, people will overpay foolishness. It is the most ignorant thing I have ever seen in my entire life. Watching them people on whatnot and who are buying from Rally Roos and Commonwealth and them, and they act like they're doing them a favor, like they need. These are already decent sellers, make good money on social media, and you feel like that you need to throw extra money their way for what fucking reason?
Good morning, Mr. Sadie. I didn't see you come in.
And then you're gonna have something that you pay too much for. That it better be for personal because you're not gonna be able to resell it because you're buying at the top of the market. Oh, but I bought it. I was helping support Rally Roots. They don't fucking need your support, hoser.
You know,
Brian is a great editor. They make great videos. They sell a lot of stuff. They've got an account that they never tell anybody about that they sell wholesale from. I know where they get it from. I'm telling you right now, they don't need you to overpay for their merchandise. Uh, it's crazy.
Well, James, that's the reason why. Like I said, I think the ones that are really using it as a platform are the ones that spend some time going in there and they're creating. First of all, they got items that people really are looking for, like the trading cards and that kind of thing. Um, they go in and they set it up, so it's going to be in there someplace. And normally everything is numbered, so how long it's going to be before that item comes up.
Uh, he'll run into it eventually.
I know.
You talking about me?
Yeah.
I'm just getting a chance, Tom. It's all moving forward, not
Yeah,
backward.
Crazy Lamp Lady's another one. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not hating on the, if Ryan and Allie and Kevin and Crazy Lamp Lady, they can all get more, man, more power to them. Do what you do. But it's just amazing the mindset of and they'll be super chatting out and all this craziness. I'm like, yeah,
It's no, I think somebody said that they think eBay is on its way out. I don't think so because Amazon does not sell the kind of stuff that eBay started off selling.
for being a smaller thing, eBay still has a larger catalog. There's stuff that you look at on Amazon and go, there's not available. You can go find it on eBay. They still, but they don't lean into their strengths. It is just absolutely amazing. They are so busy trying to be everybody. If you want to be Amazon, then do the best stuff Amazon does. You should have bought Whatnot early on. You should have bought Poshmark. You should have bought all these platforms and made them. Imagine this eBay when fledgling Poshmark was carrying on, and you could have bought them. As strong as eBay Motors is, what if you had eBay Posh or eBay Clothes, however you want to do it, and really push that to young people? You know what kind of audience you could have brought into your platform. Uh, you know, to hell with building your live auctions. You should have bought Whatnot.
Thank you, Todd.
Can we see the dolphins and stuff go by?
I'm not in the right screen for that, but by God, I could do it if I was in the right screen. If I was over in a pro scene. Um, Thank you, Todd.
Yeah, I don't want to buy your picture,
Okay.
but I'll give you $2 to keep it. Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Can you
That's
imagine
another
it?
$1 towards Roberta's
Can you
cruising
sell can you sell
fee.
copies of it, and then we can have a show one night of just throwing arrows, everybody at the same time throwing arrows at it, throwing darts at it.
No, I might buy it for that. Yeah.
Mr. Sadie, what are you doing out and about, son? You're supposed to be in your office with your feet up because the boss is gone.
And this, I'm glad somebody appreciated that joke.
Yeah, I enjoyed going to. You're right, Bridget. I enjoyed going to FlipCon. But the biggest thing, because I'm not a Whatnot seller, and everybody was pretty much the speakers were heavy into Whatnots, and it was interesting listening to them. But you know, you can have meetups a lot cheaper, and just do the meetup, shaking hands and passing cards out and that kind of stuff.
That's probably why my channel has just I've been stunted in growth for like the past few years. Not only do I not make enough content, but I'm not the person that it. It's the reason why I couldn't sell cars. It's the reason, it's the self promotion. It's the taking advantage of. I don't want to, I'll give you good information. I hope that works for you. Please check my information. If I'm wrong, I apologize. I want people. I'm okay on my own, but I also want people to see the opportunity. I don't necessarily need to be. financially rewarded for helping you reach your dreams. I think that there's enough out there for everyone, and by helping others, it'll come around. I'll get my come ups at some point for teaching people.
Don't you put out content every day?
No, I ain't done anything since
You
Friday.
and Timu are blowing up my phone.
Not me. I did put some on Facebook this morning. What did I put on Facebook? This was a good one. It was just a repost. It said, "Dude, if we reacted all the shit we pulled in our teens and 20s, we'd be TikTok famous by now." And my buddy, one of my good friends from high school, said, "Yeah, or in prison." Yeah, it's a good thing in the 70s and 80s there weren't no damn cameras everywhere. There's there's no record of what we did back then.
No one likes dry cake. It's I but like I said, my beginning question was, with all the people talking about they're not doing any sales, and it just makes me wonder whether people are actually selling stuff that people want, or there's not 50,000 of them already on eBay. Because I've looked at some stuff that, I could have bought it for 10 and sold it for 40, but like Scott said earlier, there is 1,000 already listed on it on eBay.
You already had a snack. No, you already had a snack.
That's Todd's dog.
No.
Don't say that S word too loud, because it'll make our cats think that they're going to get one. But it's
Life's short. Give that dog another biscuit. Damn.
yeah, that's right. We're waiting back for blood work on our cat that I took to the vet yesterday.
I don't know. Joni's awake, so they're in there with her.
Oh, she's awake. Um,
Last night, Joni got to sleep before me. I was in there. I fell asleep in the recliner. Me and Phoebe did. So I'm coming to bed, and I'm trying to move, make space in there between the two dogs. And Joni wakes up and she goes, "I just got a handful of Franklin balls. Franklin, why must your balls always be towards my face?"
Anissa, I was wondering by that statement, and then you followed it with that.
Oh yeah, Tactical Z Franklin is awesome. God, that dog is. He's a little character. He is. Phoebe
Bridget,
is.
if you were in social media when you were a teen, you would have been the ones in the little skimpy outfits.
Yeah, so we woke up this morning. I woke up first, and all I get is Phoebe and Franklin are like attacking me right here, and I sit up, and Joni acting made a sound. I'm like, "Your mama's awake. Franklin, go teabag your mama." And the first thing out of Johnny's mouth is, "Shut the fuck up."
I was trying to look at that
Oh,
video.
I know what it is. I went out through the garage. They think I'm gone. That's what you don't know where the doctors are. They think I'm gone. I went out through the garage door. They don't know I'm out here. If you leave out the back door, they come out here. If you go out through the garage, they think you left.
When did you get a daughter, Scott?
I don't have a daughter. I have dachshunds.
My daughter sells on eBay from prison. That's you,
No,
isn't it?
I said Anissa needs to make that video.
Oh.
Her daughter is a nurse in a prison.
Oh, okay.
My daughter sells from eBay from prison. That would go viral.
Todd's little dog is named Jenny, and she is spoiled as these are around here.
Oh yeah. So
Good
two
morning.
different two different resellers that I watch frequently on YouTube have said their sales are slow lately, and one of them put up his 31-day total. We're talking about full-time resellers, and I'm like, dang, let me look at mine. So I went to my page, looked at my 31 day, and I'll be dogged if I didn't sell more than they did.
Dang.
And I'm like, how is it possible? I only work the most I work is like 20 hours a week on eBay. Um, I don't get it. How is it possible to not sell more than I do if you're doing it 40, 50, 60 hours a week? Are they just buying bad crap to sell, or I don't know.
I was about to ask Bridget this. I was about to ask hers. Mine has been slow, but every January and February is.
Man, my sales are in January have always been good. But
Uh, and for those that you don't know, Bridget is a listing mamma jamma.
yeah,
She is always listing.
now it's not Bridget that I sell as much as or more than.
Oh yeah, nobody that listens to this little horse and pony show sells as
Her,
much as she does.
her totals are probably 3, 4 times what mine are. But for me, doing the little bit that I do, I, and hear other resellers complain that, oh, I'm full time working my butt off, and my wife is working with me, and uh, this is how much we made for 31 days. I look at mine and it's more than theirs, and I'm like, oh, God, I don't get it. Maybe they're just not getting the kind of stuff people want to buy. And I get lots of bad buys too. I fully admit. I still got 10,000 band-aids that I got like 3 months ago, and I haven't sold a single one. But dang,
Um,
I don't get it.
Todd and I have been in a private chat with Bridget, and she says, "Well, I listed 100 things today," and then she says, "Where did you guys go? Do I need to call 911 and have them come to your house? Because we're thinking 100 listings." And I think that's the reason she's as successful as she and Chris is, because there is another part to that organization. It's because they list all the time. Oh, well, not all the time, because they go to Florida for 3 weeks to see the mouse. But I think that's another part of it right there. Is what are you listing, and how much are you
Thanks,
listing, and
technical. You need a band-aid?
Yeah, but what have you got in those band-aids? $20?
Maybe. I got a whole big old box of them for cheap. I don't even remember. It wasn't much.
Yeah,
They
actually,
they
I
come in handy dandy little packages.
I actually sold some 3X this morning and last night.
I'm telling you, you need to have a coffee cup or something made that says "Shout out to the big girls."
I've sold on Amazon. I've sold a bunch of extra larges. I hadn't sold any of those in a while. I've only got like 60 extra large left. I bet I've sold 15 in the last 24 hours. I must have reached their good graces or something.
Yeah, I need to do inventory too because I just found a light fixture this morning and I looked it up. How come this hadn't sold? Sure
Yeah, really.
enough, it isn't listed. Like, wow.
Well, looks like I'm officially out of expensive maxi pads. I gotta go find some more. I've sold all 80 of them.
Anissa, Bridget has showed picture. She shot some video while she's on at live auctions, and it's freaking snowing outside. She's under a canopy, but it's still cold. That is being really into your business.
It's because people don't want to buy things from California kids deals.
That's exactly
But
what it is.
American Honey, you talking about ladies' clothes, 2 to 5X? Are you sell? Do you sell on whatnot? Sorry, this text was scrolling so far by. You might have mentioned it, and I didn't see it. And this, I mean, Bridget, you're not even 55 yet. Just hush. You're not too old. Poor, poor Chris is the one that has to go sit in the van.
yeah, I bought 6 jerseys and T-shirts and a lot from the auction a week ago Sunday, and 3 of them have already sold. It's you gotta buy stuff people want to buy from you. I think that's probably the biggest thing. If
You gotta
your
buy.
salesman,
It doesn't matter what it is. If people don't want it, you got to buy things that are in demand. This is not hard. You know that pair of that polo shirt that you're hoping is going to sell in the next 6 months. I mean, you understand what you're asking these platforms to do. Put something in there that you can put up a used polo shirt that you're not expecting to sell the next 6 to 10 months. You know, I pick up stuff at a drugstore that are maxi pads. They are $4, and it takes me a little over a week to sell 80 of them for $25 each. And I've got people buying. I sold a lady yesterday bought 4 of them. She spent $100 on 4 packs of maxi pads.
Kids, you're out in California, aren't you?
It's there is so much to selling in this. You know, there's 2 things you got to master: product and price. Product and price. Everything will sell for a certain. If you want to sell that damn polo shirt for faster than 6 to 10 months, you're gonna have to lower the price. I mean, you buy it by the pound. I mean, what do you expect? It drives me crazy. You'll go buy a video and somebody will go, I picked this up. I'm expecting to get 16, 15, $16 for this shirt. And I'm sitting there thinking, oh my God, as hard as it is to list and all that crazy, man, I wouldn't have picked it up. I can't be the only one. You know how long it takes to ship big girl panties or those crazy maxi pads? They go in poly mailers. It don't take no time. I didn't have to clean it. I didn't. God forbid I check for spots on something. Uh, you know, New products. Understand what you're selling. Understand what people want.
We don't.
Yeah, that's the extra large version of that one for some reason. I guess January must be thigh slimming season because I think I've sold 25 of this one in extra large in the last probably 3 days. There's one lady on freaking eBay. Bought 7 of these in 3X. I put a plaque to her name on the wall over there. I'm like, that's the big girl shout out right there. And she'd bought before. Imagine that. A repeat
Good,
buyer.
good morning, Summer. But you know, people, someplace in the chat that scrolled by like a, because y'all are chatty this morning, um, which is good. They were talking about people shop online. You know, as long as we've got Prime and we've got Walmart Plus or whatnot, you know, whatever it's called, Roberta takes care of that. There's really no reason. I mean, it's free delivery. What you can just about shop for everything except going to the grocery store and getting. And really, we can do um, the delivery service and get vegetables and meat and stuff like that. But
But you're in a larger city, Tom. There's Amazon is getting to where they'll deliver most stuff in a day in 24 hours in these
yeah,
big cities.
if she lists things, I mean, she lists. If she orders something first thing in the morning, it could show up that afternoon. It might be 8 o'clock at night, but it's still.
And so I think you'll find them moving faster, larger cities into temperature controlled items too, where they can deliver ice cream and it still be frozen because they. Uh, Bridget says they have 20. We have 24-day Amazon. Is that the same thing?
I don't know. I think people. I think the pandemic really shifted. They really shifted people from buying in the stores because they've learned it so easy. My mom will call my sister-in-law and ask her to have something. She'll, order this from Amazon for me. You've got my credit card number. You've got my sister-in-law set up her Amazon account so she could order from them. And, my mom likes the fact that she don't have to go out the house. She just don't want to she's still got a flip phone. She don't even want to go to a smartphone. She just don't want to have to deal with the technology part of it, but she likes the delivery. Yeah, Amazon they're really getting into
Much.
the warehouses everywhere. But they're also becoming a distribution system for a lot of companies. These companies
Yeah.
have gotten rid of their warehousing and whatnot. Stuff that
Pay
um,
attention. That's where they're moving. They're you see prime trucks everywhere. You know, they're not just moving. Everybody goes, oh, they're just moving the FBA stuff. No, they are becoming distributors for your local dealer of who sells these and can't afford to have their own distribution center, but can pay Walmart to store and do whatever with them. I mean, they are rapidly becoming a distribution center for a lot of small companies.
yeah, it's they've got like you said, you see trucks every place. I've seen Roberta and I were. I think maybe when it was we were going on the cruise in Florida, we were headed. We left Charlotte, headed towards South Carolina, and between Charlotte and Rock Hill, um, we passed like a convoy of prime trucks, all headed to Rock Hill. I guess they just left because we have out by our airport. We have 3 or 4 big, huge Amazon warehouses out there, and I guess they just load them up and send them out. But like I said, I think it's got people spoiled on just ordering. And yes, it's
Sue,
hey Sue.
that's funny. That's what she
Oh
gets for
Lord.
giving you her credit card.
But I told my mom, I said, it's
Sadie.
not hard to do. I said, but first of all, we need to get you so you can use a smartphone. Because if she had a smartphone where she could text and whatnot, I think she'd be a lot happier because all her grandkids could text her and she could text them and whatnot.
Why does she need one whenever y'all do it for her?
Well, that's just it. You know, she's spoiled, but I love my old mama. Roberta, Roberta sent me a video of some cruisers on the Queen Mary, or the Queen Mary 2, out in the Atlantic, and it is snowing, and the snow is piling up on the deck of the ships. Now, mind you, half the people on that ship never goes out on the deck anyway, but it was really cool. And she just sent me another video, and that's what made me think about it because I flipped over to look at it, or
Dang it,
look at
Todd,
what she
you're
had sent
wet.
me.
Yeah, today is the last day before we get rain for like the next 3 or 4 days straight. It's supposed to rain here for a few minutes and then quit. I've got to get the back brakes on this van today.
Well, why don't you back it into the garage?
You're funny.
Drive back Joni's car out in the driveway and back it up in there.
The convertible's in there. The convertible's in there because I got a window out. I'm not gonna put it in the rain.
Jacobs,
Yeah,
well, tell him to get it fixed.
I am the fixer. Shit.
Your truck makes money. Did you ever hear back from the guy that was working on your van?
I need to call him today.
Yeah, you probably do because you probably finished it a month ago and it's still sitting there. Yeah, it's supposed to start raining here for the next couple of days, but it's supposed to be in the 60s this weekend here.
I think I'm just gonna push that silver one out of the way. I think I can get close enough to the. I think I can get it close enough to the building here to get it out of the rain.
You need to get you one of those pop-up canopies, like you can get from Walmart back up under it.
Hey, that's not a bad tactical Z. That is not a bad idea.
So when you need to work on something,
Only problem is when you get it there, those brakes will be hot as fire.
it's what?
They'll be hot. The have the using the brakes to get there. The rotors and stuff will be a little warm.
Oh yeah, yeah. I know. All right, guys, it's 10:18. I got to get out of here. I got to go run some errands. My headache actually has ceased. I don't know whether it's because of the Advil or the electrolytes Roberta made me drink.
It's a stimulating conversation you
I
got this
guess it
morning that
was.
eased your brain.
I guess it was. But I did. I woke up this morning. I thought I was having a migraine. It hurt so bad, but it's never got to that point where I'm throwing up and whatnot.
I mean, I can drive the truck, but it would be nice to have both of them.
Do you? Well, I'm glad the surgery went well, Pedlin. Yeah, go to a parking garage. Tactical Z. He said go to a parking garage and do it.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it right here.
I don't know whether Huntsville, Alabama has any parking decks.
No, we don't. This place is terrible. Don't move here.
Harlan says the rain's almost there. You better get on it.
Harlan, get it.
What did that say? I couldn't see it.
I like
Wasn't
that.
meant for you.
I like that crack across your windshield, Harlan. I got used to it every time I get in your truck. It's a good crack.
They doing Popeyes. Oh Lord, y'all are just not right. Bye, Bridget. Thanks for coming in and
Yeah.
listening to this nonsense.
It's only going to take 45 minutes. It's not very hard to do these breaks. It won't take very long.
I hated doing back brakes on trucks.
This one's got disc brakes, so they're not.
Does it?
They're not.
Oh, that's no problem. Then you have that done in no time.
Yeah, the only difference is the front ones have compression pistons, and the back ones have the screw in. So I have to, but I've got the little kit that'll screw them in.
Right. minute. What is it? Anyway, I got to run. Y'all have a great day. Thank you, Todd. Thank you, Professor of Painful Truth, also known as Scott. And y'all try to stay dry. Tomorrow, check out Scott on his channel for the morning show. He's usually got 2 or 3 knowledgeable people on there with him.
We're going to talk more about people being stupid tomorrow.
Okay. Y'all have a great day. Bye.
I think that's the channel.